welcome back to the model bench. In this episode I'm going to attempt to do the rigging on the Titanic. As you can see, there's a lot of areas for rigging. I've already done the funnels, but I'm going to be concentrating on the front mast, the rear mast, and also the 4 cables that hang for the communication. So I have this rigging plan, and as you can see there's a lot of rigging on it, but some of these rigging cords would not have been used all the time. Some of them were only used when it was in port, some at sea. So I'm just going to put up the rigging that was kind of there all the time, and it's kind of like the classic rigging that you would see. But yeah, as I say, a lot of it's not used, and when you look at a diagram like this it can get very overwhelming. So the first one I'm going to do is that top rigging that just kind of sags between the 2 masts. It's for the Marconi wires. And what I did was I got some thread which wasn't really hanging for my liking, it was kind of rippled a bit. So I've just stuck it to a board here, get it nice and straight, and then I'm going to spray it in some clear varnish just to kind of stiffen it a little bit. Any clear varnish will do, and that will just give a nice kind of rigid appearance to the cable. So that's one of the cables I have just going up to the mast. But there you can see the cable. So I have it from the back mast to the front mast, and I just want to get that kind of sag right. Some people have it dead straight, but as you saw on the rigging plan, it actually does sag a little bit. So it's just getting that really correct. And that's just one of the cables going back to the poop deck. So there you see I've just attached it to the photo etch, and I've since touched all this up, but it just sags nicely there, the 4 cables going along, and from them 4 cables will hang down and attach to the Marconi roof. But there you can see in the original rigging plans just that kind of distinctive sag. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. It probably could be a little bit better, but I'm happy enough. They're fairly even, and it's just the right amount of sag. So this one from the front mast, what I've done is I've pulled it down and I've just secured it in place, then just a drop of glue on it, and then I will obviously trim that off. So again, it's just getting the rigging nice and taut. You don't want any kind of sagging or or ripples in the wire. You want to give that impression that a cable is being pulled taut. So what I do first of all is I just stick them to where they need to go on the mast up here, and then what I'll do is I'll pull it down, get it nice and taut, and then just a drop of glue and keep it in place. Same with this one here, as you can see. Just have them glued in place, let them dry, and then I will pull them down and attach them in place. And I'll show you the glue that has been a game changer for me. It's just this resin UV glue. So it comes like this. And you just drop a little bit of resin glue where you need it, and then you get this UV light, and that will activate. So the minute this UV light hits the glue, it will just harden straight away. And for doing something like rigging, it is just a lifesaver. Because you just can't hold them in place long enough with super glue or CA glue, and then you just keep coming apart. So I'll show you how I do it. Get a little bit of resin glue, and I just dip the end of the rigging into it, just get a nice kind of lump of resin onto it. Just let it, obviously you don't want loads, but just a nice little lump of kind of resin you'll see there now. That's just enough. Then I have these little clasps that I just took from the photo etch, and they've just got a little open, and I just touch the resin off it like that. Once I'm happy, I then hit it with the once I get it in place there, I just hit it then with the UV light, and the minute that UV light hits that, it will just go rock hard and you're secure, and it's brilliant. So just a little bit of UV light, and then I just attach them. So that's how I did my rigging. Here's some shots now of the finished rigging. Hope you like them, and if you do, please like and subscribe.